Persuasion Techniques. Persuasion is the art of influencing how people think, feel, or act. It is everywhere around us, in advertisements, political campaigns, friendships, and even daily conversations. Every day, someone tries to persuade someone else, whether it is to buy a product, support an idea, or change a habit. Understanding persuasion helps us recognize when we are being influenced and allows us to communicate more effectively and responsibly. At its heart, persuasion works by appealing to logic, emotion, or trust. The ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle described these three appeals as ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos is about credibility and trustworthiness. When people believe that the speaker is honest, experienced, or knowledgeable, they are more likely to listen. Doctors, teachers, or experts persuade others more easily because their opinions carry authority. Pathos appeals to emotions. It touches people's feelings, such as fear, happiness, guilt, or compassion, to motivate action. Charities use emotional stories and images to inspire donations. Logos appeals to reason and evidence. It uses facts, statistics, and logical arguments to convince others. These three forms of persuasion often work together to make a message more convincing. In modern psychology, persuasion is explained through several key techniques that reveal how people make decisions. One of the most common is reciprocity, the tendency to return favors. When someone gives us something, we feel a sense of obligation to give back. Businesses often use this by offering free samples or discounts because people are more likely to buy after receiving something for free. Another powerful method is social proof. People look to others to decide what is correct or acceptable. When we see that many people like or buy a product, we assume it must be good. Advertisements often use phrases like best-selling or most trusted brand to create this sense of popularity. Humans naturally want to belong, so social proof can be very persuasive. Authority also plays a strong role in persuasion. People tend to follow those they view as experts or leaders. A statement coming from a scientist or official seems more convincing than from a stranger. This is why advertisements often feature professionals or people in uniforms. However, blind obedience to authority can be dangerous, so it is important to question even trusted figures. The principle of liking is another common persuasive tool. We are more likely to be influenced by people we like or who resemble us. Salespeople often build friendly relationships with customers because it makes people more open to persuasion. Politicians use charm, humor, and relatability to connect with voters. Shared interests or values can create trust, which increases the power of persuasion. Scarcity is another effective technique. When something is limited or available only for a short time, people value it more. This is why advertisements use phrases such as limited stock or offer ends soon. Scarcity creates urgency and fear of missing out, pushing people to act quickly before the opportunity disappears. Consistency also influences decisions. People want to appear consistent in their actions and beliefs. Once they commit to something small, they are more likely to agree to a larger request later. This is known as the foot-in-the-door technique. For example, if someone agrees to sign a petition, they are later more likely to volunteer or donate to the same cause. Maintaining consistency helps people avoid feeling uncertain or guilty. Framing is another psychological method of persuasion. The way information is presented can shape how people interpret it. Saying a product is 95% effective sounds more positive than saying it fails 5% of the time. Both statements are true, but the framing changes perception. Politicians and media outlets use framing to guide public opinion by emphasizing certain aspects of an issue and minimizing others. Repetition is also a classic persuasive technique. When people hear a message repeatedly, it becomes more familiar and believable. Advertisers repeat slogans and jingles to make their products memorable. Political campaigns repeat key messages to strengthen recognition and trust. The more we hear something, the more likely we are to believe it, even without questioning its accuracy. Cognitive dissonance, a concept from social psychology, also explains why persuasion works. People want their actions and beliefs to match. When they experience a conflict between the two, they feel discomfort and try to resolve it. Persuaders can use this by encouraging small actions that later lead to larger attitude changes. For instance, someone who starts recycling because of environmental awareness may later adopt a broader eco-friendly lifestyle to remain consistent with their behavior. Modern persuasion has become even more sophisticated with technology and social media. Digital platforms use algorithms to target people with personalized messages based on their interests and behaviors. Influencers use authenticity and storytelling to build emotional connections with followers. Online ads use scarcity, social proof, and emotional appeal all at once to trigger quick responses. Understanding these strategies helps people stay aware and make independent decisions instead of being unconsciously influenced. Persuasion is not always manipulative or negative. It is also a force for education, motivation, and social improvement. Teachers persuade students to value learning. Health campaigns persuade people to adopt better habits. Social activists persuade societies to fight injustice and promote equality. When used ethically, persuasion can inspire change, build unity, and improve lives. The key difference between ethical persuasion and manipulation lies in honesty and respect. Persuasion should inform and encourage, not deceive or pressure. In relationships, persuasion helps people cooperate and resolve conflicts. Partners persuade each other through communication and compromise. In workplaces, leaders persuade employees by motivating them with shared goals and recognition. In communities, persuasion helps promote civic participation and responsibility. Without persuasion, societies would struggle to progress or make collective decisions. In conclusion, persuasion is a natural and powerful part of human interaction. It operates through credibility, emotions, logic, and psychological principles such as reciprocity, authority, liking, social proof, scarcity, consistency, and framing. These techniques influence how people think and act, often without them realizing it. Understanding persuasion allows individuals to communicate more effectively and protect themselves from manipulation. In a world full of persuasive messages, from advertisements to political speeches, awareness and critical thinking are essential. Ethical persuasion can be a tool for truth, progress, and positive social change when used wisely. If you enjoyed this explanation and found it helpful, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue producing educational content that simplifies complex social and psychological theories for everyone to understand and apply in daily life.